2-3. Thank you, Brian. Mets stay hot with a 2-1 win over the Padres last night. Last night's Mets thriving player of the game was Carson Bench, who threw out 2 runners at the plate. And we're brought to you by ThriveWell, New York's premier infusion and injection center. Saving lives drip by drip. Visit ThriveWellInfusion.com. ThriveWellInfusion.com. Hey, apparently some states they're just more open to sharing, I guess.
And he was swinging. Yes, he was swinging.
A new ranking from adult retailer Love Honey has revealed the best states for swingers. Number 1 goes to our friends down in Florida. Yeah, because of course they're number 1. Floridians are the sultans of swing. Texas at number 2. Everything's bigger in Texas, including the guest list. Followed by Georgia, number 3, peaches, peanuts, and partners. That's their new slogan. The list looked at things like swingers clubs, online interest, and searches for swinging-related terms. New York came in at number 8. We're dropping the ball, people, dropping the ball. We do have 30 swingers clubs here in the city and 9,000 weekly visitors to Reddit swinging communities. And dead last, well, dead last goes to Delaware. So apparently nobody in Delaware is looking to swing. Have any fun in Delaware? Let's get you over to Bloomberg Money Watch now. Here's Courtney Dunn.
Well, Scott, American Airlines is bringing back something it took away from us about a decade ago. The carrier is restoring seatback screens. Starting in 2028, new narrow-body jets will come with screens, while older planes will be retrofitted. American also says that it's adding more first class and extra legroom seats, boosting its premium seating to 40% of its narrow-body fleet. American is playing catch-up with the Delta and United, which have been raking in a lot more money from higher-paying customers willing to splurge for all these perks. Well, the little prospect of an imminent breakthrough in the U.S. Iran war has reinforced expectations on Wall Street that the Federal Reserve will need to hike interest rates. Stocks are seeing losses this morning, led by tech shares. The S&P 500 is down 43 points. The tech-heavy NASDAQ tumbling 1.3%. The Dow is down 40 points. I'm Courtney Donahoe, Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wednesday, 92.3 FM.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-595-1395. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-595-1395. That's 800-595-1395. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
Now this message, Scott Stanford here for our good friends at Barish and McGarry. You know, we talk about 9/11. We usually talk about the people who ran towards the danger, the heroes. But what about the folks who simply went to work in that area or lived in the days and months after? The office workers, the teachers, the students, the residents. Hundreds of thousands of people exposed to the toxic dust and debris in Lower Manhattan. And many are still dealing with the health consequences 25 years later. That's where Barish and McGarry comes in. They've been fighting for the 9/11 community for a quarter century, pursuing monetary awards through the Victims' Compensation Fund, and helping gain access to the World Trade Center Health Program. Their message is simple. Think back. Think back to where you were on September 11th. Were you downtown? If you were in Lower Manhattan on 9/11 or the 8 months that followed, get in touch with Barish and McGarry right now. Right now, 911awards.com. Don't assume that you don't qualify for this. 911awards.com. 911awards with an S.com. Barish and McGarry. They are the lawyers for the 9/11 community.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/groundadvantage to learn more.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Now this message, Empire City, ride the thrill.
WINS FM in HD1 New York. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
More people get their news from 1010 Wins than from any other radio station in the nation. Sharon Cleone Barnes Waters is our service aide. Justin Schrager is working the editor's desk, and I'm Scott Stanford.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM, New York.
Good morning. Sunny and 74 degrees in Manhattan at 10 o'clock. I'm Linda Lopez, and here's what's happening. Meta is in court again today, facing a lawsuit from nearly 30 states, which argue that Facebook and Instagram have caused harm to people's mental health, especially children. Today, the City Council is holding a hearing on Mayor Mamdani's pied-à-terre tax, but no representative from the Mamdani administration will be there. We'll explain why. An iconic burger joint on Long Island was the scene of a crime yesterday. The ex-fiancé of actor Hayden Panettiere posts a moving tribute to her on Instagram. And it's a wrap for Columbia House, the more than 70-year-old mail-order music club. It's finally shutting down for good. 1010 Wins AccuWeather. Started out with some showers this morning, but some sunshine is peeking out now in the city. It's going to be humid again today, though, but that humidity should ease up as we go through the afternoon. We'll get to a high of 84 in the city. Wins News Time, 10:01. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Karen Stewart.
Well, all heck's breaking loose in New Jersey on 287 northbound. At exit 8 for Bostontown Road and Piscataway, there's a down traffic signal. It blocks a lane at the exit ramp. Then, at exit 66 for Route 17 in Mahwah, of all places, we got a crash there. It blocks the right lane, and there's a 3.5-mile delay. Take Route 202 instead. 80 has got its wing construction today, eastbound at exit 53 in a lane until 3. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big 3. The westbound side of the LIE delayed, Lakeville Road to Springfield Boulevard due to Springfield Boulevard construction. There is no issue on Northern State, and there's really no issue on Southern State as well. And as we check what we need to know about the bridges and tunnels, the Staten Island-bound Bayonne Bridge has a broken down vehicle there, and the right lane is blocked. Traffic is sponsored by USPS Ground Advantage. Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the
When you
volume.
ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Social media giant Meta is in court again today, facing a lawsuit from nearly 30 state attorneys general, which argues that the design of Facebook and Instagram have caused harm to people's mental health, especially children. This trial, the latest in an avalanche of lawsuits against Meta and other social media companies too, like TikTok, YouTube, and Snapchat.
In court filings, Meta estimates it could be forced to pay damages up to $1.4 trillion if it loses this case, though Judge Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers has called that number unreasonable, according to the outlet Law 360. Meta recently revealed it spent $2.4 billion on legal expenses in the second quarter of 2026 alone. And while that's relatively small potatoes for such a large company, it could add up, with hundreds of similar cases expected to go to trial in the coming months. Mike Dubowski, ABC News.
This lawsuit doesn't just argue that Meta contributes to the youth mental health crisis by deliberately designing features that get children addicted to its platforms. It also argues that Meta routinely collects data on children under 13 without their parents' consent, which is against federal law. Meta, for its part, says it's developed protections and it believes it has a strong case. Meanwhile, OpenAI has just announced that it's launching a version of ChatGPT designed for teenagers. It says ChatGPT for teens is tailored for kids 13 to 17 and has stronger protections, including restricting content around things like suicide, self-harm, or romantic or sexual chats. OpenAI says it also provides homework and study support designed to help students learn rather than spitting out answers and school essays. Parents and educators have been sounding the alarm about AI, particularly about chatbots being used by teens for companionship and access to harmful information. OpenAI's founder, Sam Altman, said the company is trying to study, quote, emotional over-reliance on the technology, describing it last year as a really common thing with young people. Today, the City Council is holding a hearing on Mayor Mamdani's pied-à-terre tax, addressing the questions and concerns that some city homeowners have been expressing about the tax, but no representative from Mamdani's administration will be there at the hearing today. Mamdani's office announced that instead it will submit written testimony to the hearing. Councilwoman Gail Brewer told 1010 Wins she and fellow council members are disappointed there will be no rep from the administration and says that homeowners are confused about the letters they've received warning them about this tax. Brewer says they'll have about 11 pages of questions to address.
I happen to support the tax, but the way it was rolled out has upset a lot of people, and I think it could have been done differently. And so the hearing is about what are the issues regarding the rollout? How did you roll it out? Could it have been better?
Brewer says the questions will be asked at the hearing and then be forwarded to the mayor's administration, and they'll expect answers to the questions. A spokesperson for Mamdani said it's prudent to just send written testimony given the ongoing litigation. One of Long Island's most talked about burger joints was the scene of a crime yesterday.
All-American Hamburger is a landmark where people come to Massapequa from near and far for a juicy burger and fries. But authorities say in the middle of the night, a person wearing a red mask and camouflage shorts broke into the famous spot. Cops put out photos of the suspect as they continue to look for him. Sophia Hall, 1010 Wins, on 92.3 FM on Long Island.
Broadway Week is back. You can get 2-for-1 tickets for shows like Buena Vista Social Club, The Lost Boys, Schmigadoon, Titanic, and a slew of others. Ticket sales just began, actually. They begin today at 10 a.m. for shows between September 8th and September 20th. Just go to nyctourism.com. nyctourism.com/Broadway-week. The ex-fiancé of actor Hayden Panettiere posted a tribute to her on Instagram. Wladimir Klitschko saying that the family is going through a time of profound shock and grief, and saying, though they were no longer partners, she was, quote, an important part of my life and the mother of our daughter, Kaya. He shared a photo in the post showing their daughter sitting on her mother's shoulders. Panettiere died Sunday at the age of 36. The coroner's office in Greenville County, South Carolina, said yesterday the cause of death is pending further investigation. Wins News Time 10:07. Well, as kids head back to school, the CDC is saying that the rate of vaccine exemptions for American kindergartners has reached a record high.
Most exemptions are actually non-medical reasons, such as religious exemptions. And it comes as the country is dealing with a record-breaking year for measles cases in the last 35 years. The CDC says the percentage of kindergartners getting the MMR vaccine, which protects against measles, mumps, and rubella, slipped to 92.4%, and that is below the 95% experts say is needed to maintain that herd immunity.
That's Rhiannon Alley reporting. Florida is holding primary elections today to pick its nominees for governor and Congress. A Republican who's hoping to become Florida's first black governor, Congressman Byron Daniels, is hoping for President Trump's endorsement to secure that nomination. He's up against Lieutenant Governor Jay Collins and a political newcomer, James Fishback, in that primary. The Democrats' leading candidate is David Jolly, former Republican congressman who switched parties last year. Governor Ron DeSantis can't run again. He's term limited out this year. The Trump administration is celebrating new numbers showing that the Army, Navy, and Air Force have already hit their enlistment goals for 2026, but the recruitment figures tell only part of the story.
Hard power and the ability to deliver it. But
The Army's latest recruitment ad features the voice of Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and video of soldiers and their weaponry. But interviews of military recruiters and recruits shows that young people are driven as much by pragmatism as patriotism, attracted by steady pay, education benefits, and job training. The Pentagon's own data backs that up, with financial compensation and benefits ranking as a top reason for joining the military. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
It's 74 degrees and partly sunny in Manhattan, on our way to a high of 84 today in the city.
Now, a commercial message. Larry Mullins here. After an accident, you need a trusted law firm with an army of efficient staff members. That's Spector and Associates, your serious injury attorneys. Spector and Associates understands how devastating an accident can be and will fight relentlessly. Spector and Associates serious injury attorneys are based in New York. Construction accident, car accident, slip, trip, and fall. Call them now. 800-318-8888. Spector and Associates has recovered hundreds of millions for the injured. Been in an accident? Visit crashinjury.com or call 800-318-8888. The lawyers at Spector and Associates Serious Injury Attorneys fight hard. Win big to get you what you deserve. Call them now. 800-318-8888. That's 800-318-8888. Or visit crashinjury.com.
Spector and Associates, your serious injury lawyers. 800-318-8888.
Licensed in the tri-state, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania.
Lance Jameson is one of thousands of patients who have benefited from the affiliation between ENT and Allergy Associates and the Mount Sinai Hospital.
Lance was suffering from a sinus infection that led him to Dr. Andrew Azer from ENT and Allergy Associates.
Dr. Azer detected that Lance had something more serious going on. Because of ENT and Allergy's unique clinical affiliation with Mount Sinai, Dr. Azer got Lance and his medical records to Mount Sinai within 48 hours.
Dr. Satish Govindaraj of Mount Sinai Hospital performed a biopsy, which confirmed a benign tumor.
Surgery was scheduled that day. The post-surgery report? No evidence of cancer. For Lance, that was a real relief to hear.
ENT and Allergy Associates and the Mount Sinai Hospital. That's the power of partnership.
For your same-day appointment at ENT and Allergy, call 1-855-ENTA-DOC or visit entandallergy.com/Mount Sinai.
Coming up on 1010 Wins, we'll tell you what Matchbox 20's Rob Thomas did on stage that left him feeling really bad.
By the way, it felt like a really good idea right up until now.
That's coming up, but first, Wednesday News Time 10:11. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Karen Stewart.
In New Jersey, we still have big problems on 287. Two of them, actually. Northbound 287 at Possumtown Road in Piscataway. That's exit 8. We have a downed traffic signal. One lane is blocked with this thing at the exit ramp. Then at exit 66 for Route 17, that's Mawa, we have a crash on the right. There's the 3.5-mile delay still out there, and 202 makes a halfway decent alternate, actually. If you're traveling Long Island, here's what we see. On Long Island's Big 3. Westbound Del IE delayed now New Hyde Park Road to Springfield Boulevard with construction. Northern State, Southern State, very good shape. As we check what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels, the Queensbound Broadway and Whitestone bridges are both very, very slow. The inbound side of the GW Bridge has got a 15-minute wait. Outbound has got a 40-minute wait, but that's from the Cross Bronx. Take the Henry Hudson Parkway to the outbound George, and you'll be thankful, that's for sure. Traffic is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz. Welcome to a car that learned your routine. Welcome to a car that parks itself. Welcome to Mercedes-Benz. Go to your local dealer for incredible offers on the GLC and GLE SUVs at the Welcome Home Celebration. Going on now. Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Let's get a check now of our 1010 Winds AccuWeather forecast. You know, when I left my house, raining. Now nice and sunny, Brian Thompson.
Yeah, Linda, we've had a couple of showers around early throughout the morning. The last of the showers moving through parts of Brooklyn right now, especially around Coney Island. Some of these still extending back westward through Staten Island and a few back toward Middlesex County in New Jersey as well. But this is kind of the last of the showers. Most areas near and north of the city now seeing some sunshine, and that'll be kind of a trend that continues here as we head through the day. Clouds will continue to give way to some sun. Might have an afternoon thunderstorm in spots, especially from the city on eastward. Most areas, though, will stay dry from here on out, a high of 84. Clearing out tonight with a low of 71. A very warm day tomorrow, but not as humid as today and yesterday. We'll have more sun than clouds. Tomorrow's high about 87. Not as warm Thursday, but the humidity will come back up. We'll have sunshine at times. Chance for a shower or two on Thursday, a high of 82. Less humid on Friday with a partly sunny sky and a high around 78 degrees. It is mostly cloudy right now, 74 in Midtown. We're going up to 84. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station. 1010 winds on 92.3 FM.
When's news time? 10:14. A tip for Rob Thomas. You might want to keep a tighter grip on your mic from now on. The Matchbox 20 frontman accidentally whacked bandmate Paul Doucette with his mic during a show while he was flinging it around at the Illinois State Fair. Doucette had to leave the stage for a bit, and Thomas, well, he felt pretty awful about it.
Every night I'm over here and I'm throwing this thing around. Oh, I went and nailed him. Yeah, I nailed him hard. My best friend in the world, and I think I almost killed him, and I feel really bad about this.
Doucette made his way back to the stage eventually, joking that after 30 years together, it was only a matter of time.
Optimal fighters in the house. Y'all know the number. 877-393-444. Hey, optimum fibers so fresh, so fine. Got another provider, leave it behind. Come on, everybody, let's get online. 30 a month, gonna blow your mind. 5 whole years, don't hesitate. Lock it in now before it's too late. 877-393-444. Apply. See optimum.com for details.
Looking for ways to save money, live better, and build skills? The Bronx Brooklyn Energy Hub can help. Supported by the New York State Energy Research and Development Authority, or NYSERDA, we connect renters, homeowners, and job seekers to free programs, energy-saving tips, and job training. Whether you want to lower bills, a healthier home, or new skills for a new job, we're here for you. Visit bxbkenergyhub.org and connect with an energy advisor today. That's bxbkenergyhub.org. The Bronx Brooklyn Energy Hub. Save money, live better, build skills.
Anyone remember this jingle? Yeah, that's for Columbia House, the 71-year-old mail-order music club. Well, word is now, it's finally shutting down for good. After launching back in 1955, it became famous for its deals offering a pile of records or CDs for just a penny. You know, as long as customers agreed to buy more later, a lot more. Well, at its peak in the 90s, it reportedly had about 16 million members. The company eventually filed for bankruptcy in 2015, and it stopped selling music. It was sticking for a while with DVDs only. As of September 15th, they'll stop accepting new orders entirely. Well, the backpacks, the notebooks, the pens, the back-to-school lists for parents, well, it adds up fast. Today, the Nassau County PBA and Glen Cove City School District are swooping in to help soften the blow. They're handing out nearly 1,000 backpacks filled with all sorts of school supplies. Nassau County Legislature Minority Leader Delia DeRiggi-Witten says the need is greater than many people realize.
There's so many families right now, especially, you know, with the cost of living going up so much, and you'd be surprised. Even some people with, like, you know, they were saying with nice cars will wait for like an hour to get a book bag.
The giveaway starts at 11 this morning outside the Landing Elementary School on McLaughlin Street, and it runs until supplies are gone. A big recall to tell you about involving hundreds of thousands of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. Stellantis is recalling nearly 850,000 vehicles in the U.S. because of a software problem that can cause the rear-view camera display to stop working. It covers certain 2026 and 2027 models, including the Chrysler Pacifica, the Dodge Charger, several Jeep models, and Ram pickups and vans. Stellantis says as of now, it's not aware of any crashes or injuries that are tied to the problem, but owners will get an over-the-air software update to fix it. Well, this sounds more like a horror movie than a morning commute. Philadelphia police are looking for a man who's running around terrorizing people while wearing a Chucky doll mask.
A masked man chasing a victim outside of City Hall Wednesday just after 5 a.m. The woman was jogging when the man approached.
It's pretty disturbing.
Kate Egan says the same man terrorized one of her coworkers at La Colombe that morning. A security guard at the coffee shop intervened.
It's really unsettling just trying to get to work and having a kid like this running around like actively terrorizing women.
Investigators say at one point he simulated that he may have a weapon.
That's Chad Perdelli reporting. Philadelphia Police Captain Jason Smith said once apprehended, the masked man will face charges including terroristic threats, harassment, simple assault, and reckless endangerment.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Your city, your news, your station. 1010 wins at 92.3 FM.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good morning. We've got sunny skies. It's 74 degrees in Manhattan at 10:20. I'm Linda Lopez, and here's what's happening. Meta is back in court today defending itself in a lawsuit from 30 states that its platforms like Facebook and Instagram cause mental health harm to children. A 30-year-old woman is dead after being stabbed at a park in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. Two scary landings happened just hours apart at Chicago's O'Hare Airport. Two Long Islanders are now facing charges in an alleged cocaine trafficking ring that supplied students at Penn State. And Bad Bunny bringing the Debí Tirar Más Fotos tour back this weekend to the place it all started, Puerto Rico. 1010 Wins AccuWeather. Sunny skies now, and it's going to be a little humid as we go through the rest of the day, but mostly sunshine. We get to a high of 84 today in this city. Wins News Time, 10:21. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Karen Stewart.
Let's talk about what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Over at the East River, we've got heavy traffic, pretty heavy, moderately heavy, on the Queensbound Bronx Neck and Whitestone bridges. One bridge is not any better than the other. The good news is, if you're going into the Bronx, both bridges are okay, and we have minor delays from the Cross Island, Clearview, and the Whitestone Expressway to the Throgs Neck and Whitestone bridges, although the Cross Island going to the Whitestone has a little bit of a backup, but not to the Throgs Neck Bridge. The RFK is better, that's for sure, and we still have delays Brooklyn bound at the Verrazano Bridge. We had problems there earlier. Staten Island bound Bayonne has a disabled vehicle in the right still. The inbound GW Bridge is 15. The outbound GW Bridge is 40. Take the Henry Hudson Parkway to the outbound George, and you can thank me later. Inbound Lincoln 25, inbound Holland 35. 25 minutes from the Newark Bay Extension. And in New Jersey, 287 northbound Possum Town Road, Piscataway, exit 8. We have that downed traffic signal. One lane at the exit ramp there is blocked. Traffic is sponsored by Paramus Chevrolet. Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Together, let's drive at Paramus Chevrolet. For just $327 a month with zero down, lease a brand new Equinox LT with all-wheel drive for 36 months. Buying? Enjoy 0.0% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. Visit ParamusChevrolet.com today.
The social media giant Meta is in court again today, facing a lawsuit from nearly 30 state attorneys general.
This latest lawsuit against Meta argues the design of platforms like Facebook and Instagram caused harm to users' mental health, including children. Most content that gets published on social media is protected by Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act. But previous cases in New Mexico and California have argued successfully that Section 230 doesn't apply to these questions because they're about features like notifications, which the company is responsible for, as opposed to content which comes from an individual. Mike Dabowski, ABC News.
The lawsuit it also argues the company's regulators collect data on children under 18 without their parents' consent. Again, federal law. The says it's developed protection and a full report. single shot fired in a West Babylon neighborhood. It happened in the backyard of a home on Columbus Avenue near Rutgers Road. One witness told News 12 she heard the shot and then saw 3 people wearing ski masks running out of the home. Cops say no one was hurt and there was no property damage, but so far there's no word on exactly what happened. A woman is dead after being stabbed at a park in Crown Heights, Brooklyn.
The 30-year-old woman's verbal argument with a guy inside Lincoln Terrace Park turning violent, according to witnesses. He pulled out a knife and stabbed her repeatedly. She later died at Brookdale. This was about 12:40 in the morning. We caught up with Noelle Allen. She lives across the street. She's been watching cops here investigate all day. Do you see police out here? I mean, they're here now, but do you normally see them around the park?
Oh, yeah.
What is that like?
But they're normally, like, out here making sure the park is good, so I'm actually really surprised that this happened.
As to that suspect, last seen wearing no shirt, apparently, and sweatpants, no shoes either. Ran off of Buffalo Avenue as the manhunt goes on. Glenn Schuck, 1010 wins, 92.3 FM, here in Crown Heights.
2 scary landings just hours apart at Chicago's O'Hare Airport. The FAA says an American Airlines 737 from LaGuardia, actually, blew 2 tires during landing. And just 3 hours later, it happened again, this time on a United flight arriving from Omaha. ABC's John Nance says it's more common than you might think.
Blown tires are not that unusual, especially when you consider how many flight operations there are, but it certainly is startling.
Despite the rough landings, both American and United reported no injuries. The FAA is investigating. A new program in the Bronx is giving patients another option when it comes to surgery and medical care. SBH Health System launching what it says is the borough's only bloodless medicine and surgery program. It's designed for patients who want to avoid blood transfusions or blood products. That can include people making the choice for medical, religious, or other personal reasons. Doctors say the program uses specialized blood management techniques to provide care without compromising their treatments. Well, there may be another perk to drinking coffee, this one having nothing to do with staying awake. A new study out of Finland found people who drank more coffee tended to have less body fat and more muscle mass than those who drank less. Researchers also found differences in metabolic and hormone markers, particularly among men. They do, however, stress this was an observational study, so it doesn't prove coffee is causing those changes directly. 74 degrees and sunny skies, and it's time now for Bloomberg Money Watch.
Linda, for working parents, buying a home can come with a staggering second bill, and that's childcare. A new Redfin analysis finds the typical family spends 52% of its income on housing and childcare combined. In New York, the average working family spends 95% of their annual income on housing and childcare. Chip shares, they're taking a hit today, and that's sending stocks lower. The S&P 500 right now is down 41 points. The Nasdaq dropping 1.2%. I'm Courtney Donahoe, Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 wins at 92.3 FM.
Now this message, Riverside Memorial Chapel, for generations, a symbol of Jewish tradition and uncompromising quality.
1010 wins.
Dick, you seeing phones? Hear all the facts and then make your own decisions?
It's my only source of news.
1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Morning, people, wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast, people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's. Mix and match 2 for $6. Choose from a sausage McMuffin with egg, a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles, or McChicken biscuit, and pair them with a refreshing Coke. Price and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer, single item at regular price. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At Hackensack University Medical Center, we make healthy happen. That's why, once again, we've been named the #1 adult and children's hospitals in New Jersey by U.S. News & World Report. We have the most nationally ranked specialties in New Jersey, including the #1 and only nationally ranked cancer center in the state. So whatever you're facing, you have nationally recognized care right here in New Jersey. Visit hackensackmeridianhealth.org/rankings.
In the military, the mission is clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Parents, I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/music. That's ethos.com/music. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. 74 degrees and partly sunny in Manhattan. Good morning. I'm Linda Lopez. Wednesday news time, 10:30.
Good morning, I'm Kevin Rincon. 2 fraternities at Penn State are at the center of an alleged cocaine trafficking ring. 14 people, including 13 current and former students, are facing charges.
Officials say between 2023 and 2024, 2 of the suspects made regular trips to New York and Philadelphia to buy as much as 1 kilogram of the drug at a time. They say the cocaine was then allegedly packaged to sell to students at 2 fraternity houses. The drugs were allegedly then sold to other students with payments in cash or using apps. Officials say one of the suspects was known as the largest dealer of coke for Penn State students.
Lionel Moyes reporting that person that he just referenced, that's Agustino Abatiello, a 24-year-old prosecutors say was at the very top of the supply chain. He's from Long Island, and so is Robert Zanola, who also played a role while they attended the university. Zanola was arraigned yesterday and posted his $250,000 bail. When's news time, 10:31. Let's get you to where you need to go with Karen Stewart.
All right, we're going to start in New Jersey, 287 northbound at exit 8, Possumtown Road in Piscataway. We still have a down traffic signal. 1 lane is blocked on the exit ramp there, but we got rid of the crash in Mawa at exit 66 from Route 17, so that's out of here. We got a load of construction like on 287, southbound between exits 30 and 21. Roving roadwork in the right lane. That's hard to say. Eastbound 80 near exit 53 for 46 and Wayne. We've got construction there. And 21 northbound in Newark at exit 5. We've got the left lane closed. That goes on until 2. Long Island, Sunrise Highway, westbound, roadwork there at exit 37 for Babylon. The right lane's closed. That goes on until 3. And on the subways, there is no B or D service between Tremont Avenue in the Bronx and 145th Street because of EMS activity near 161st. You need to use the 4 trains instead. Traffic sponsored by the Barnes Firm Traffic Tip Line, 844-JAM-1010. Karen Stewart, 1010 wins at 92.3 FM.
I'm attorney Rich Barnes. If you've been in a car crash, choosing the right firm is crucial to get the help you need and the best result possible.
Manhattan, Long Island. A check of the AccuWeather forecast, meteorologist Brian Thompson.
Well, Kevin, as we head through the rest of the morning into the afternoon, things are, in general, going to be drying out. We had some showers earlier. Those are pretty much diminished, and now most places seeing some sunshine. It is still fairly humid, and it will stay humid through much of the day, a high up to 84. There might be a pop-up thunderstorm in some spots, especially from the city eastward, as we head especially deeper into the afternoon. And then tonight, perhaps a stray shower early, mainly on Long Island. It will turn out mostly clear later on tonight, low 71. Very warm tomorrow, but not quite as humid with more sun than clouds, a high of 87. More humid Thursday, not as warm with sunshine at times. There could be a shower or two with a high of 82. Then the humidity drops Friday with a partly sunny sky. Friday's high near 80. 74 degrees right now. It is mostly cloudy in Central Park. Humidity 97%. And the wind is calm. Again, we're at 74 and going up to 84 in Midtown. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station. 1010 winds on 92.3 FM.
A woman riding an NJ Transit train went to the bathroom while on board, washed her hands, then went back to her seat. When the train pulled into Penn Station, well, she realized her wedding ring was gone. She says she used toilet paper to dry up her fingers and may have thrown it in the toilet and then flushed, and that paper was her ring. She went to customer service, pleaded with them to get the ring back. It was an antique. Eric Sanders at the Meadowlands Maintenance Complex says they pulled the train car off the tracks and then dove into the toilet system to find it. And luckily, it was at the top of the tank.
It was meant to be, it was up top, but if it wasn't, we was going to get the ring back. Because everybody knew what it meant to her.
After cleaning it more than once, I'm sure the ring was returned to that woman who got to thank the workers who fished it out for her in person at Penn Station yesterday. The FCC has threatened broadcasters a bunch. Its chair, Brendan Carr, has complained about coverage of the Iran war. He's taken issue with Republicans not getting more airtime on shows, and he hasn't liked the way that networks have covered President Trump. So, the FCC started an early review of licenses for 8 ABC stations. Now, Disney and its ABC unit are suing to try and block that from happening. They argue the Trump administration is trying to punish them for their reporting, for monologues from Jimmy Kimmel, and for commentary on the show The View. They claim the administration is violating the company's First Amendment free speech rights and wants a temporary restraining order to stop the license renewal proceedings. No comment just yet from the White House. The U.S. and Canada holding some last-minute talks to try and avoid new Trump tariffs that kick in at midnight.
Some $20 billion worth of Canadian products, from hockey sticks to tongue depressors, could be subject to 50% tariffs as of 12:01 a.m. Wednesday. The U.S. and Canada have wrangled for decades over trade, but President Trump's belligerent approach marks an extraordinary departure from the traditionally cooperative relationship between the two countries. Nevertheless, Prime Minister Mark Carney says the U.S. and Canada are negotiating to avoid the new round of tariffs. He describes the talks as very intense and delicate. Ben Thomas, Washington.
Bad Bunny. Head back to Puerto Rico for 2 more shows. Tell you what we're learning in 1010 Wins Entertainment News coming up.
Hey, it's Scott Shannon. Check out my True Oldies channel in the car at 92.3 FM HD3. And at home on your smart speaker, just say, Alexa, play Scott Shannon's True Oldies on Odyssey.
Powered by River Spring Living. When only the best will do, discover the finest steaks, fresh seafood, and world-class dining at Wolfgang's Steakhouse. From New York to New Jersey, every meal is a celebration. Reserve your table today at wolfgangsteakhouse.net.
I'm Laura Bonelli, president of LifeVac, the first and only FDA-authorized anti-choking device. This is a public safety message. Nothing is more important than protecting the people you love, but many are unprepared for one of the most frightening emergencies of all, choking. More than 6,000 families around the world have been saved with LifeVac. Visit lifevac.net today. Use code RADIO for a 10% discount. That's lifevac.net. LifeVac, as easy as place, push, pull.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where supplies start at just 25 cents?
Staples has the latest laptops with up to 40% savings.
I may hug the cashier.
That's so embarrassing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's a wonderful time at Staples, with up to 40% off select tech. Staples. That was easy. Visit Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers